Hello, world. This is Edward Bevilacqua, editor of La Voce, once again. And I have the good fortune of being here with Attorney Marc Saggese here in Las Vegas. And Marc, I know you got short on time. I know you're really busy. So I'm going to get right into it. What brought you to Las Vegas?
Well, greetings, Edward. Nice to finally meet you, by the way.
Thank you.
What brought me to Las Vegas, which I consider to be the epicenter of Italians, is another epicenter of Italians, and that is Utica, New York. It's predominantly Italian, and that's where I'm from. At a funeral, unfortunately, my grandmother's funeral many years ago, her best friend and I were sitting in the front row, and I was discussing graduating law school and making a start somewhere, planting roots, you know, and I was told that
So
Las
wait a
Vegas.
second. You knew you didn't want to stay in Utica.
I knew I could not stand another winter. I could not stand the weather. Taxes are really high, and it's generally a stressful place to be. You know, you get summer 2 months out of the year. So I wanted to be out of there. Plus, it's a little stagnant, I think, professionally stagnant. There's not a lot of opportunity.
Sure.
So I wanted to go.
What was the major employer there at one time?
The state.
Oh, really?
Currently the state, and
What
has
about-
been my entire life.
Okay.
But it was the Empire State was the nickname, and it was a huge industrial place, especially Utica, textile industry. I mean, there's rows and rows and rows in Utica of empty buildings, massive brick buildings as far as the eye can see, for the textile industry, which is gone, and therefore it's slightly depressed, and that's an understatement. But I love Utica. It's my home. I was just there 2 weeks ago. It's snowmobiling, to give you an idea of the weather.
And it's flat, right? Or is it
No, Utica's very hilly.
Okay.
A lot of mountains,
Okay.
etc.
How far is it from Buffalo?
About 3 hours east
Okay.
on the 90 on the freeway. Straight shot. You got Buffalo, Utica, Buffalo, Syracuse, Utica, Boston. Same road.
You go west, it's Cleveland.
You go west, it's the Lake Erie or one of the Great Lakes. I forget.
Does the 90 go to Cleveland?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it kind
Some
of
other
is.
interstate.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But to get back to
So you're at the funeral.
the origins, yes. And this lovely older woman was talking about Las Vegas being such a great place to live, and she said her son was there. And his name was Nick, and this woman was my grandmother's best friend.
I see. What was your initial thought when she said that?
I've always thought Las Vegas is such a great place, and I've always considered it to be a place where there are a lot of people like me, a lot of Italians, and I knew that there were a lot of Italians from its history, and also other families that I knew had family there.
Got it.
So I said, well, it'd be nice to go to a place that's up and coming, growing, a lot of opportunity with people who are culturally similar to me. So what I did was, being studious at the time, a law student.
Yeah.
I got
out your third year or
final couple months.
Okay, got it.
In Washington, D.C., I went to law school. So I did a search on the internet to determine areas of interest of mine for a city in which I would like to live. Weather, taxes, the makeup of the city, the major industry.
Like Albuquerque would not be something you'd be interested in.
Right. No, just culturally, I like to be around people that are like me.
Yeah.
I think that's normal. We have the same holidays, same food at the same holidays. It all makes sense, right? It comes together.
Absolutely.
It's our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And if I was going to leave my home and travel far, I certainly needed some connection to my home, and that would be Italians.
Got it.
So in doing the demographic search, I chose 10 categories that mattered to me, from sunny days a year to ranking of lowest taxes to highest taxes, to percentage of new citizens, meaning new opportunity.
So
growth.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, 10 categories I selected out of 50 you could choose from on this particular website. Las Vegas was ranked number 1, 2, or 3 in all 10.
Wow.
So it was for me an omen.
Any other place close?
No one was even in the top 3 more than twice.
I see. Okay.
So it was for me an omen. I was like, wow. I mean, this is after talking to this lovely woman at my grandmother's funeral in Utica, which is all Italians, and she said, you should go Las Vegas, which is very Italian, and they would welcome you. And doing this demographics search, I just said, that's it. And I'm right on that. I said, that's it. I'm going to move to Las Vegas before ever coming here.
So that is the place.
And here's the finish of the story is I graduated law school May 31st.
Okay.
June 1st, I went to what is now Ronald Reagan International Airport, but I don't think it was then.
Okay. It was national.
National,
yeah.
Correct. And I went and I got a one-way ticket to Las Vegas. I had 2 suitcases, and I went up to the front. The lady thought I was kidding. She said, "Come on, where are you headed, sir?" And I said, "No, Las Vegas, the next available one." And they were expensive, so I got like the 7 p.m.
one. Reservations or anything?
Nothing.
You just showed up at the ticket.
I made that call.
How soon can I get out?
The day after I graduated, through the ceremonies and said goodbye. Everybody came down for the ceremony. Said goodbye to everyone. They all went back to their separate towns and cities, and I, without anything left to do in Washington, D.C., and ready to start my life.
Wow.
I had 2 suitcases, got on a plane, flew to Las Vegas, one-way ticket, and the rest is history. That was 15 years ago.
Wow.
And I was welcomed in a city of Italians. I was embraced by fellow Italians, in the legal community especially, given opportunities that I could not get in any other city in the country. I was provided without return requests. They wanted nothing in return. They just wanted to help me.
Wow.
And they did. And here I am.
And so when
today.
You got here, how long did it take to get your job?
Let's see. I got here June 1st, and I started in June. I don't remember the specific day, but just a matter of a couple of weeks.
Not tough.
No, I mean, and then I had multiple opportunities.
Okay. And so when you got here, you had to know somebody before you got here?
I did.
Okay. Got it.
The son of the woman from the funeral.
Oh, okay. You knew him before?
He knew my whole family, grew up with my mother.
Okay.
But I did not know him. I
met
him.
When you got here, he's one of your first calls?
Yes.
Picked you up at the airport?
I don't think so. I think I had a friend of mine who was recently a graduate from Loyola here and picked me up. But it was within a matter of days, yeah.
Wow. And that was 15 years ago.
15 years. More?
99?
99 is, it's going on 16 years.
Yeah. Wow. That is really an amazing story.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It took a lot of nerve, but I'll tell you what, I had a lot of comfort, and I found a lot of strength in the fact that I knew that there were a lot of Italians and a lot of people that were culturally similar to me that would consider open arms, at least giving me a chance.
Sure.
And that it was a merit-based community. It was a community based on, if you're good, you will succeed. There's no good old boy nonsense going on where you're excluded because you're not part of the club. If you're good, they lift you to the top. And I figured that I could achieve that.
And you worked hard.
I worked really hard, and here I am.
Well, okay, so I have one comment and one last question for the world.
Okay.
So the comment is, that story, your story is parallel to the immigrants that came to the United States, right?
I guess it is.
A lot of them just said, "I'm leaving."
Never thought of it that way, but I suppose
it is.
They
knew there was a community where they were going. They might not know anybody. Maybe somebody sent a letter.
True.
But they just had the courage to get up and leave.
It's perfectly true. It happened all within the confines of the United States, but it is almost the same. Interesting point.
Okay. Well, you did it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot of people, few people have the courage to actually do it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So now the question is, what part of Italy is your family from?
My family is from Campania. That's the region. And the town within the region is Siciliano. The full name is Siciliano degli Alberni. Degli Alberni just means of the Alberni Mountains. So it's Siciliano of the Alberni Mountains. And it is a tiny town of about 2,000 people, perched on top of a mountain. I'm sure you've seen it. Because there's so many cities that are perched on top of a mountain like that. One road up.
My family came from like that, but it's a little bit further north.
Right.
Central, Abruzzo.
Abruzzo. I'm familiar.
Yeah. So it's a similar type, it sounds like.
Beautiful region. I try to get there once a year.
Oh.
I was there last July with my family. And
is it kind of rustic?
It's very, very rustic. Yeah, it's an agricultural community.
So you can relax. You can
it
take
is
the stress from here.
It is heaven on earth.
Got it.
It's peace times 10.
Okay. Well, Mark, thank you very much for your time, and
You're welcome.
great job.
Yes,
You nailed
thank
it.
you, Ed.
Okay.
Great to be here.